What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the favorite episode on the channel. It's another episode of everyone's favorite show, Superstars, and I definitely don't want to kill myself. We have, on this great episode of Superstars, we have a developmental match versus some mainstream wrestlers. We got the West Virginia Canadian Connection getting the win over Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Fun fact, Bobby Fish has just recently contacted me about developmental, wanting to be brought up to the main roster, to which I replied, I literally have 119 wrestlers. Please, Bobby, don't do this to me. I don't want to bring them up, no. They got good chemistry, though, which I'm not sure when Red Dragon was like a mainstream thing, but it's always good to see good chemistry between the two, which they put on a decent little match with Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal. Next we have a hype package, just kind of hyping up SmackDown, hyping up Raw. I probably am gonna. I think I mentioned this before, and because I have a bad habit of repeating myself like I'm an idiot, but I am probably going to cancel Superstars just because it literally takes me so out having to book this B show that's not a B show, so it's probably never gonna. And then my phone goes off. In the point match, I thought they would click, but unfortunately they don't click. Frankie Kazarian, Roderick Strong, Frankie Kazarian picking up the win with a wave of the future. And then we have how this match got a better rating makes me sad. David Otunga and the American Wolves. The American Wolves finally pick up a win. Davey Richards hits the shooting star press on Santino Marella. Santino Marella was upper mid-carder when the game first started, and I've buried him so much that he's in the lower mid-carders, and I believe soon to be opener. He's complaining about his push momentum, and I could not be happier because I'm not a big Santino guy. I'm Camp Cornette, brother. No, I'm kidding. And so this segment, I haven't had a detailed segment. The camera opens up like we were at commercial. We come back and Stephanie, Triple H, and McMahon's like, I don't know what to tell you, Bellas, but I haven't seen cheerleader Melissa anywhere. You're just gonna have to find her somewhere else. And Nikki's like, can't you arrest Astrid for kidnapping? She literally how the legal team's got enough problems with Cena, brother. They talk about how Cena literally committed assault on SmackDown, and because they're already dealing with the Rock's attorneys, the officials can't arrest John Cena. So a little funny segment I thought I'd throw in there between the Bellas, and also to get some cheap heat on there. We have CM Punk doing a promo on Randy Orton. This feud is coming to a conclusion. It's not my favorite feud I've booked. It's just kind of the guaranteed 100-star match feud, but it is leading to something. I don't know, not many people comment. That's fine. It's a small channel. We're getting up there. We're about to hit 120 subscribers, which is nuts to me in my YouTube career. But in terms of the storyline, The Miz, Punk, and Orton, it has a point. Trust me, it has a point. Then we have the I don't know what is this. Oh, because Ziggler and Ted are in the same storyline. But Ted DiBiase and Dolph Ziggler defeated Primo and Epico, and I put them as a tag team together, and they actually did really good. Dolph Ziggler with the chemistry got 100, and Ted got a 91. Holy shit. This is I remember seeing somewhere they had good chemistry. I don't remember being this good, so that's always fun. And then we have Mark Henry gets on the ring. He's backstage in a backstage promo. He hyped up the fact that him and Ray are gonna have a match. It'll probably be the main event of SmackDown. And he says, Ray's small, he sucks, and he's a weenie. And he's going to completely beat the shit out of him because he's Mark Henry. Mark Henry is awesome. And then in our main event, we have a little squash match featuring Daniel Bryan taking on Alexander Rusev, who submits him with the cattle mutilation. Alright, so we have the always planned episode of Smackdown, in which we open the show with the three special guest referees, not commentators, Mr. McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H, all walking out, and they talk about how John Cena, we have a replay, a short, maybe like a freeze frame of John just bashing Ted DiBiase with an actual, pipe, an actual crime of assault. And Mr. McMahon says, while the law department of WWE is too busy with The Rock's lawsuit, which is still pending, we have decided that what we can do is ban John Cena from the arena tonight. We cannot do it tomorrow due to the fact that he has a contract signing with all four members next week, so we're hyping up that angle. But, we can guarantee you John Cena is not allowed in the building tonight. And we get immediate interruption with Mark Henry. Mark Henry comes out and he goes, "The Hall of Pain has been in an absolute sad state of affairs recently. I've fallen off the ledge of SmackDown, if you will. The Hall of Pain included men like Sheamus, included men like Christian, and I couldn't beat Christian, but now, where's Christian now? He's in that crappy company that stands for that company down in Florida. He's sipping drinks with Dixie Carter, as Randy Orton would say. I forgot if I mentioned that. Christian, immediately after I fired him, because I wanted to just kind of open up the rings for more competition in the in-game world, immediately went to TNA and immediately won the World Heavyweight Championship. He buried Jeff Hardy on his first night back, which I think is funny. But Mark Henry goes off to say, he goes, "I'm winning the World Heavyweight Championship again. I know my career does not have long left, so don't get in my way, whichever one of you is the special guest referee. Or else you'll end up like Rey Mysterio will end up tonight in the main event." So we just have that opening little hype package. And we open up with a match. We see Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus going at it. I wonder why this match didn't do as good. Was it low heat? Short match length. So, if it hit the 18, because it was set to 18 minutes, if it went to 18, it would have probably been that would have been 100. But anyway, Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler have a good match. Kevin Nash pumps up on the on the entrance ramp. I really need to learn how to talk when I'm doing this. But unfortunately, it's not enough to save Dolph Ziggler from a Celtic Cross and a convincing one for Sheamus. Sheamus and Kevin Nash, they're scheduled to have that big steel cage match at Cyber Sunday. Immediately begin brawling. They begin just fighting, punching, kicking, a real brawl. But the cameras aren't really focused on that. We cut back to Dolph Ziggler, who's just kind of sitting there, taking in the fact that he just lost this match. And he just starts going nuts. He's ripping the fabrics off the apron. He's throwing turnbuckles. He cannot stand that he just lost this match. He's opening SmackDown when he had the chance to become the champion, and now look where he's at. And eventually security have to come down and escort Dolph Ziggler out of the way. So the mystery of what's going on with Dolph Ziggler continues. And we have a decent little match with Trent Barreta, who's scheduled to face Ryback for the Intercontinental Championship, going up against a big man, but a big man who sucks in the name of Lord Tensai, with Trent Barreta managing to get the win with a running single-leg high knee strike. So it's a knee strike. I don't know why you had to ruin that out there. But then Ryback comes out, and he's surprisingly cordial for being Ryback. He's got the Intercontinental Championship. He walks up to Trent Barreta. He looks him, up and down him, and he's obviously trying to intimidate him. Trent Barreta doesn't really seem too intimidated, having just beat Lord Tensai. Totally two different people, brother. But yeah, no, that's how that segment, and just kind of getting some hype into that match. Next, we have just generic 8-man tag action, in which Jack Swagger, Frankie Kazarian, and the Saviors of Perfection take on Gabriel, Sin Cara, and the Hart Dynasty. A couple, about 4 people who kind of just really need a win, if anything, on just kind of in the SmackDown realm of things. And it's Justin Gabriel manages to pin Damien Sandow with the 450 splash to give the Babyfaces a much-needed check in the win column, if you will. I've used that phrase a lot. And we have kind of a calm-down match after that, in which we have Colt Cabana, who does a 70. My boy Colt, he's getting places, brother. Colt Cabana manages to defeat Major Riot of Riot and Rave by submission with the Chicago Crab in about 7 minutes for a quick victory. And we cut back to commercial, and the Motor City Machines are supposed to be off screen. And we see AJ Lee coming walking around, or she's not walking around. I imagine she's like training for that number one that open challenge, which you can vote on who's gonna enter that down below. We have that, and we have Colt Cabana. Tyler Breeze walks up to her as the game. She's training Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze pretty much tries to hit on her. He doesn't even say anything. He just keeps taking pictures, and he's trying to get like a selfie with her in it. And she's like, "Please go away." And Colt Cabana's like has to yell at Tyler Breeze and drag him away. And he's talking about how they need to get ready for the big fatal four-way tag match at Cyber Sunday for the tag titles, which obviously feature Motor City Machines. And then we have our main event, kind of shorter SmackDown in the realm of things. I like to keep SmackDown a little shorter. Rey Mysterio, Mark Henry going at it, with Rey Mysterio actually managing to pick up the victory against Mark Henry with the 619 into the West Coast Pop. So, yeah, Rey actually, it just wasn't Mark Henry's night. Rey managing to pick up a good win to SmackDown to end SmackDown. And no, that's not how SmackDown ends. John Cena immediately, as Rey's standing there, he rushes out of the crowd. Imagine in the front seat. Maybe there's some dude in the front seat. We're doing the cheesy thing. Where there's like a hooded guy in the front seat. Like, oh, who's that hooded man? Of course, it's John Cena. Runs out with the same pipe that just kind of brutalized Ted. He knocks Rey upside the head. So he's done. He goes over to Mark, starts whooping on Mark Henry. But then he stops whipping Mark Henry when he realizes, and not like whip, like, he's beating him with the fucking pipe. He gets an idea. That goes like, oh, I'm going to get Ultra Heat. And he just walks over, he grabs Rey by the head, and just rips that mask right off. So the mask is gone. But he doesn't stop there. He doesn't just take the mask. No. He rips the mask in half. The strength of John rips that poor mask right in half. Rey's covering his face not to be seen. Mark, maybe Mark gets up and chases Cena off. He manages to limp up and gets pissed off, obviously, this has happened. And John Cena leaves to a chorus of boos, as he always should, as we end SmackDown. We get a 98A, and apparently there wasn't enough attractive women on the show. Well, you know what? Who am I to judge? But anyway, we're at the final week of before Cyber Sunday. It's really early in the morning for me. I should not do these early in the morning. And if you don't remember, as you recall, voting now for all the Cyber Sunday stipulations. They're in the description. They're in the comment sections. And I just want you guys all to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys for the final Go Home Raw before Cyber Sunday.